Thank you, producer Brandon. This is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County, about 50 miles south of Nashville, 25 miles south of Murfreesboro, in the lovely and today cold southern hills of Middle Tennessee. No, folks, school is on today, okay? I see folks been calling the radio station this morning, but that's what we call a dusting out there. It's not a blizzard. You know, after spending 3 years in Alaska, I can assure you that is a dusting coming in out there. But it was fun to see. It was beautiful out there. And we're glad to have, it's that time of the month where we have Carol Garrette, the Director of Communications here at Bedford County Schools, to come in. Carol Garrette and Friends, as it's been named here. She always brings a special guest with her. And why don't you introduce your special guest today, Carol?
All right. Good morning, Scott, and welcome winter. But if you lived in Alaska for 3 years, it might not feel like winter yet to you.
This is like a good September day in Alaska.
Right.
Okay, just saying.
That's right. I have a first cousin who lives in Alaska.
Okay.
And he called me one day and in the winter, Tennessee winter, and he said, "Well, hello, what are you doing today? What's the temperature there?" And I was like, "Oh, it's cold. It's like 22." And I said, "What about there in Alaska?" He said, "Oh, it's negative 16."
I remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used to have to plug my pickup truck in because it was outside and Alice's car was inside in the heat, but just to keep the oil pan heated.
Yep.
And I was telling you before the show that she'd worked for the Anchorage school system up there, and the criteria was something like 20 inches of snow in 24 hours, so they went to school.
That's right.
Period.
That's right. I asked him one time, I said, "When is summer in Alaska, Sam?" And he said, "Well, last year it was on a Tuesday."
Yeah, it's, I'll tell you when it is. There's 4 seasons there: June, July, August, and winter. That's the 4 seasons there, okay? But, of course, they do have the equipment to remove snow there, so it's a little different up there. But anyway,
yes.
What do we got going on today, Carol?
Moving on. Well, I would like to introduce my special friend, Meredith Gilliland.
Yes,
and
she's been here before.
She has been here before with our virtual school in the past, and probably here for Eakin as well. She's been with Eakin now. This is her second year in administration at Eakin. She is our principal at Eakin Elementary School, and they have some incredible things going on, so I wanted to invite her in today to talk with us.
Cool. Well, welcome, Meredith.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here, and I'm excited to share all the fun things that we're doing at Eakin.
Well, we always appreciate you guys coming in, and I'll remind Carol, as I always remind Dr. Garrett when she's in here, 20% of the Bedford County population's in a school Monday through Friday, 10,000 people when it comes to student or school, so nothing more important than that coming on. What do you got going on out at Eakin School? I know you got a lot going on.
We do. Yeah, we have a lot going on. Eakin looks a lot different than it did last year.
That's right. You guys with the opener Cartwright Elementary School, some of your students got rezoned, and because I think you had twice the number of students that you were supposed to have as far as capacity, right?
Yes.
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. We ended last year with close to 700 students, and this year...
That's a huge elementary school.
We were in 10 classrooms and 5 portables, and this year we are out of the portables.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We are sitting at about 350 students. That's not including our pre-K program.
Right.
But
that's kind of what that school was designed for, roughly, right?
Yes, it is. And so our school looks and feels a lot different, but we miss our students and our staff that
transfer,
apart, right? Yes, but we're a tight-knit community, and it feels good.
Another illustration of that to help you see the change for Eakin is Meredith was saying that there used to be 7 buses in drop-off and pick-up in the afternoons, and now it's down to 4 buses. So that gives you a little visual of how the population...
well, the visual I used to get going to the park over there was the line of traffic that would go way down Mead Drive right there, or Glen Oaks right in that area there.
Yes.
That, with the parent or grandparent pickup or whatever as well. I assume that line's a little shorter, too.
It is a lot shorter, yes.
Helps with the traffic congestion out there.
I hope the community appreciates it.
I bet they do.
It's interesting, though, because I wanted to share some of Eakin's recent success, and this success, one of the designations is based on last year's results. So even
when they were like at 700.
That's correct, almost 700 students.
Okay.
So Eakin was one of 6 Bedford County schools to receive a federal designation of a reward school. and there are 377 reward schools across the state, and Bedford County has 6 of them. So we are super excited. I was looking back on the website, the state website, to see, how many we've had each year, because I was like, 6? This seems like a lot. I don't remember us having this many. And I went back to 2017 on the website where we had no reward schools, and then the next year in 2018, I believe we had 1, Cascade Elementary. In 2019, we had 1, Thomas Magnet. 2020 was COVID year.
Yeah, we just packed that one away.
Yeah, we just crossed.
We packed that one in the books.
We crossed that one right on off the list. But 2021, Cascade Elementary. 2022, Cascade Middle. 2023, we had 2 schools, Cascade High School and Community Elementary. And now, in 2024, with even less reward schools across the state, like 2023 for comparison.
We've increased here a number.
There were 400 reward schools in 2023. I noticed back in 2019, 430 reward schools, but now for the 2023-24 school year, 377 reward schools, and we have 6 of them, with Eakin being 1, all 3 of the Cascade schools, and also Community Elementary, and also Thomas Magnet. But we're super excited for Eakin. I don't know if everybody looks or thinks about Eakin as having high achievement marks, but they are doing great things. And it takes several factors to get this reward designation, including achievement, including learning growth, including attendance.
So you got to show progress.
Absolutely. Yes. Got to show learning progress.
It's not just a snapshot.
That's right. It's also English language learners, those that are gaining English language skills. Attendance is a big piece of the accountability pie.
It should be.
And then also preparation for post-secondary success. So that's more accountable to our high schools in the end. Right. So, graduation rates and grad ready. College
you always
ready.
have that 3rd grade reading thing, too.
Always have that.
Right.
So I wanted Meredith to come in and talk to us about the great things that are going on at Eakin last year and certainly this year, what they're doing.
Well, Meredith, congratulations on that rewards designation. That's a big deal.
It is, and I'd like to really give a shout out to our teachers for the hard work they put in, our assistants.
Absolutely. It takes everybody. Assistants,
It does. Our parents for getting
involved.
Our students
to
school on time and there every day.
They have to be there to learn.
And then the students who work hard every single day. And I think this reward school status, we're really excited to celebrate it with our students, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that sit down and take that test in April, and
they're the customer.
They are. Yes, they are. So we're really proud of everybody that, because it takes a village.
It does, absolutely, especially in a school. What some of the, you brought a couple of programs you wanted to talk about here.
Yes, absolutely. So just to highlight some things that we're doing at Eakin, one big thing, a big change at Eakin this year is our partnership with Cooper Steel. And we started...
Great locally family-owned business.
Absolutely, yes. And Jill Cook at Cooper Steel has been a tremendous supporter and helped us to make some connections. Cooper Steel has really branched out to all the schools the elementary schools in the city to help support, and we really jumped on that and taken advantage of that help. But the one big thing is the reading challenge. Cooper Steel does a reading program, and students are encouraged to read 1,000 minutes. And I think our cutoff date was in November, so they had to read 1,000 minutes by November, and if they did that, they get a free pair of shoes. So those are coming before winter break, so the kids can leave for winter break with a brand new pair of shoes. And an additional incentive, Cooper Steel, Gary Cooper, it said if we have about 25% of our students reach that 1,000 minute goal, that he would take the entire school to the movies. So we're going to the movies next week.
No kidding.
Yes, absolutely. So we're excited about that. But then it doesn't stop there. Students are encouraged to then get to 4,000 minutes by March, and there's an additional surprise. But if they didn't get the 1,000 minutes, they can still achieve that goal and still get a pair of shoes, but we'll do our second shoe giveaway at the end of the school year.
Wow.
So that's huge. They've also been great supporters for the Renaissance program at Shelbyville Central High School, and Eakin is working with the Renaissance program at Shelbyville Central High School to kick that off at the elementary school level. It looks a lot different than it does at the high school level, but it focuses on academics, attendance, and behavior. And so we have incentives that tie that in. And
how do they go about doing that in that program?
So we're looking at we had a kickoff in September just to really celebrate. The students get cards. That card, it's based on their achievements. So they may have AB honor roll or less than 5 unexcused absences.
Okay.
For our younger grades, they know their sight words. So
it's very specific criteria.
It is. Yes, it is, and it's all focused on academics, behavior, and attendance. And so through that program, there's different rewards that they earn, and we celebrate that. We have a Renaissance rally at the end of this month, right before we get out for winter break, which is where we'll be giving away the shoes, but also giving away silver and gold Renaissance cards, which come with different incentives and prizes. So just something to get the kids excited about learning, coming to school, working hard. And then our 3 R's at Eakin are be respectful, be responsible, and be ready.
Okay.
And so it matched up perfectly with that. And we appreciate the support that this is a program that Eastside started last year, or that Eastside kind of worked with Shelbyville Central High School. So Eastside's been a tremendous help to us, but it's something that our students at Eakin will eventually go to school at Shelbyville Central High School.
Yes.
It's a program that's thriving there.
Yeah.
It is. And so we want our students to have exposure to that program.
Carried on through their high school.
And yes, and it's something that Harris Middle School is going to do as well. So it just supports what they're going to do in high school.
And a thank you to Jostens, another community partner that sponsors the Renaissance program.
Absolutely.
And for bringing that to our community, and Shelbyville Central for getting involved in that and bringing that also to our elementary schools.
Absolutely.
Folks, we're talking to Carol Garrette and Meredith Gilliland about different various programs of achievement there at Eakin Elementary School. We're going to take a 60-second break and be right back. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, Bedford County. We're talking to Carol Garrette and Meredith Gilliland about various programs geared towards success of our students at Eakin Elementary School. And we were talking about programs that Cooper Steel and Jostens had worked with you guys, or in your partnership with Central High School on the Renaissance program. So what else you want to talk about?
We have another community partner, actually set of community partners led by the Tennessee Valley Authority. So TVA.
Yeah.
It's called TVA Uplift.
Keep the lights turned on.
That's absolutely right.
Turn the lights off.
That's right. So they can keep the lights on.
Yes, that's right.
Not overtax our transmission system, right?
During cold weather.
That's correct. And some of our schools that are participating in this are served by Shelbyville Power.
Okay.
And then some of our schools that are participating in this are served by Duck River Electric.
Sure.
And those are distributors of electricity for TVA, and we appreciate their involvement. But it's to teach students and then hopefully parents about the value of saving in terms of electricity.
Energy conservation.
Energy conservation. Okay. And we have a resident expert in the school system. Might need to bring her on here one day. She's with our maintenance team. Her name is Megan Moreland, and she oversees this program for us, and we appreciate her efforts. And the schools are Eakin, also Community Elementary, Community Middle, and Cascade Middle are our Uplift schools. Am I leaving one out?
That's all I can think of it at this time. I think that's it.
I think that's who are participating in it. But I will let Meredith tell you about some of their programs relative to the Uplift Project and a club in her school that has taken on this challenge and where this has led them. So I believe the TVA offered a $10,000 grant to the schools that participate and check off certain energy savings parameters.
Okay.
And so all our schools are earning that, but Eakin has gone a step above, and I'll let her share that good news as well.
Yes.
What you got, Meredith?
So that initial grant was between $10,000 and $25,000, and it's a learning grant. And in order to receive that grant, you have to have community involvement, student involvement, monthly meetings, project-based learning. So we have an energy champion at our school, and that is Miss Carissa Bowers, and she has really taken this program and run with it. She's also our sponsor for Student Council. So our student council students have really been they've run the show pretty much.
You have a large student council. It's like 27 students.
We do.
I met them recently.
Yes.
They are very energetic.
They are. They're very energetic and they're eager.
You got your own county commission right there.
That's right. Now I know I've only been at Eakin 2 years, but we didn't do this last year. So this student council is relatively new for us, but they're doing a lot of great things. They collected canned foods for canned food drive. They have monthly community service projects that they're doing. We collected baby products after the flooding in East Tennessee. They're going to a nursing home to sing Christmas carols. So they're doing some great things. But the Tennessee, the TVA Uplift Project, we're especially proud of. We are, Eakin Elementary is one of 6 finalists in the state.
Say that again.
6 finalists. In the state of Tennessee.
Not Middle Tennessee, in the state of Tennessee.
In the state of Tennessee.
Okay, big state. Go ahead.
That is up for a $200,000 building upgrade grant. So,
no kidding.
Eakin really would benefit from that.
Well, that school's been around a while.
It has, yes. So before Thanksgiving break, we had some TVA engineers.
Okay.
I think they were both civil engineers. They came and toured Eakin and took a look at our facility. Now, I didn't realize this at the time, but each classroom that they went in, a lot of teachers really took a moment to sell, to encourage them that, hey,
got a lot of salesmen at your school, salespeople, right?
Yes.
Good for them.
Yes. So what I heard after that is that it was, they were a strong contender, so we're very hopeful. We could definitely use the building upgrades from windows to HVAC units and
water heating,
all of those things.
Big users.
Yes. Digital thermostats. We did have it was a huge project this summer where part of our building had got upgraded HVAC units. So I think that's been tremendous and very helpful for our energy conservation.
Sure. Makes a big difference.
It does. Yes, it does. But we're just really excited. And
when are you going to find out?
I don't know.
I don't know that. We'll have to ask Ms.
At some point in the future.
At some point.
But you're obviously in the hunt.
Yes. And if we receive that $200,000 grant, then we are only eligible for $10,000 of the learning grant, which we are perfectly fine with.
That's okay.
If we do not get the $200,000 grant, then we are eligible for $25,000 of the learning grant. So, we're
happy either way.
We're happy either way, but we're going big.
We're cheering for the $200,000 renovation of a very old elementary school.
Absolutely.
Called Central High Elementary at one time.
And if you walk into Eakin Elementary, and any of these schools that are participating, they've got lots of Energy Monster posters up and mascots around the building, encouraging folks to make sure you shut the lights off when you leave at the end of the day. Certainly shut everything down when you go away for break and go away for the weekend. Conserve those.
There's so many reasons to do that. Energy conservation, obviously it saves county taxpayer money. From less energy cost. I mean, there's all kind of good reasons to do that.
Absolutely.
And the more any of us can do that helps TVA not have to build more, and that helps us all on our electric rates. So
our maintenance department provides administrators in Bedford County with charts of energy usage each month. And we've been very excited. I share that out with my staff and talk about it with our students that in the month of September, Eakin saved over $2,000 in energy costs.
Awesome.
So every little bit counts. We want
for 1 month.
For 1 month.
Congratulations.
Yes. So I know we're a much smaller school now, and we've cut off we're not using the energy in our portables.
Yes,
but we'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll all take it.
Schools are big users of electricity.
Well, they're large facilities, and they have to be. So,
right, and sometimes you think, well, that facility is smaller than that facility. Why is it using more? But it can be old and leaky and inefficient, and so all these upgrades.
Everything from insulation to hold HVAC. Yeah, it's a whole host of issues. Absolutely.
That's right. Water heating. You think about the cooking equipment in our cafeterias that our nutrition teams are using. Those are big users.
Yeah, that's more than a 20-volt circuit.
That is correct.
Or 20-amp circuit. Roger that. What else you guys want to talk about on Eakin?
Well, we've got some clubs that we're doing at Eakin. I mentioned it a little bit with our student council club, but this is a new fun thing that we're doing, and it's been very successful at Eakin. We started what's called Eakin Enrichment Clubs.
Okay.
And it originally started, our plan was to do it once a quarter, but it was such a success, and we had such raving reviews from our staff, but especially our students. We heard from a lot of students, this is the best day ever. So whenever we hear that we need more best days ever.
So what's the purpose of this program?
The purpose is really just to build our school community, to encourage students that social interaction, to explore interests aside from reading, math, science, social studies.
Right.
Although if you ask most of the kids in our school, they're going to say that their favorite time of the day is lunch or PE, which is great.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yes. Students. But
just saying.
It really because we really had a fresh start this year with a smaller group of students and a smaller staff. We really wanted to do something that fostered belonging and being a part of our school. And so with the clubs, every staff member is involved in a club and every student is involved in a club. And the clubs...
Did you say every student?
Every student. Now, we're transitioning with our kindergarten students. We want to give we gave them a little bit of time. But every student participates in a club.
Outstanding.
Yes. Yeah.
Getting involved.
Absolutely. So, and a lot of things come with that. The responsibility of participating in a club, having a shared objective in that club. And our clubs range from, we've got puzzles, drama, we've got a book club, STEAM, which is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. We have Legos. We even have a walking club that's to support our 5K that's coming up in May.
That's right.
We have a sunshine club that brings sunshine and warm, fuzzy feelings to the staff and students at Eakin. So they do special things to just lift each other up. We've got yoga. So just a lot of
yoga in elementary school.
Yoga in elementary school.
Okay, start early.
I know one of our staff members is a certified yoga instructor.
Okay, all right.
I'm going to move my office from the central office to Eakin. Is that okay, Meredith? Can I move in?
You know what a great program to get kids involved and learn about getting involved in their community, because over time so many of our civic clubs and stuff nowadays have so many less participants than they used to, and because for a generation or so folks just weren't they weren't being educated or exposed to that kind of thing, and obviously you guys are doing that, which will hopefully translate in them getting involved in their community later on as adults.
Absolutely. That's we like to think that it supports lifelong interests.
Bingo.
And if we can help them at a young age, that exposure to things that our students typically wouldn't have exposure to, then it opens doors for them later on. In high school, I want them to be encouraged to participate in CTE courses, to know that there are other things out there to drive your focus in life.
Well, I think it kind of helps them getting exposed to so many different things that then they can narrow their focus on what they really want to do later on, right? But being that wide exposure, sure.
Well, and it's not far down the road for those students that they're going to have to start making
choices. It's really not.
In their final career paths and classes that they want to take in high school. And if they don't have some of this exposure in middle school, where we now have a career exploration program in our middle schools, but then also this is excellent in elementary school to have some time to explore and figure out what you feel passionate about. That's just excellent, because I know a lot of students in the past have said, I'm expected as I'm leaving 8th grade to make a choice about the classes I want to take, and I don't know.
Right.
I have no idea if I would like this or I would like this, so I'm really proud of
helping
these
them,
programs,
promoting them, making decisions in high school. Yeah, certainly.
That we're doing now and making time for.
Because there was a time when we didn't think about doing that in elementary school.
That's right. That's right.
And PE was our favorite class, or actually lunchtime.
Still is.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yes.
lunchtime, them biscuits were good. But
when is your next enrichment club? Because I have it on my calendar, although I may have it wrong, that it's today.
No,
I've got those dates wrong.
Yes, we've adjusted. We have one coming up next week, and but it changed after the positive feedback that we received. So it's something that we'll do every month, and I think it has also been great for our staff. It's just an hour. It's a time that we can just enjoy being with kids and doing something that the staff enjoys, but also that the kids enjoy. And in the long run, it's not time that we've lost from instructional activities. It's still with instructionally based lifelong skills.
I was going to say there you go, lifelong skills. That's the bottom line. It's still a part of the education process.
Yes.
And plus, when kids are excited about coming to school, that helps everything.
It really does.
Attendance, that helps. And you can't learn if you're not in school for whatever reason. Achievement, growth.
We can't overemphasize attendance enough, right?
That's correct.
You're not there, you can't learn.
And we've had Dulcie Davis with us several times to talk about the importance of attendance. And it is one of our accountability scores. It's big. It's important.
And I think those numbers have been going up.
They have.
Along with the graduation rate.
That's right. That's
all positive signs.
That's right. Which is a beautiful segue, if I have a second, to have another district-wide shout-out that we are so excited about.
Yes.
I can share now. BCS just received designation of advancing, which is next to the highest, exemplary, and this is the first time that we've received advancing district. So there's 5 levels of this designation from the state. It starts at need improvement. The school district can receive a need improvement. Next is marginal. Next is satisfactory, which is where we were last year. And the next is advancing, which is what we just received, and we are super excited. And the highest is exemplary, which is our goal to achieve that by 2030. To receive exemplary.
It's a pretty lofty goal.
We're going to do it.
You're going to do it. I believe you. I actually believe you, Carol.
We're going to do it. But this is very similar accountability scores like our schools have. Yeah. I think the calculations are a little different.
Congratulations to Bedford County schools.
But attendance is one of those
key criteria
there. That's right. Graduation rate, preparing students for post-secondary success, and of course, achieving the standards and growth. So we are so excited to be advancing. I had the honor to get to speak to a women's group recently, the Shelbyville Women's Club, and there were many, probably half the room. I said, please raise your hand if you are a retired teacher or a former educator, and it was at least half the room. So when I shared this advancing, they really knew, and a cheer went up in the room for this achievement for Bedford County schools. We're so excited. But these 6 reward schools, obviously that's feeding into this designation as well, so we're very excited.
Outstanding. Well, congratulations to the entire school system.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a huge deal.
Yes.
All 10,000 folks involved in making that happen, students and faculty and support staff.
That's right. And I wanted to also give a shout out to someone else, another individual, and that's Kathy Reed, who was Meredith's partner last year at Eakin. And so there's success at that school. I know Kathy was a big part of that. And Kathy now is at our district office, at the central office, and she is overseeing our English as a second language program, which was one of the factors
that's a big program,
of getting the reward school. So we're happy to have Kathy on that team.
Absolutely.
On that. But I wanted to give her a shout out as well for all she did.
Thank you, Kathy Reed.
That's right. And the first person, when we learned who our reward schools were, the first person that called me and said, "Can we get a banner for Eakin?" was Kathy. She's very proud of this reward school designation.
Absolutely. It should be.
She and I have been talking have been dreaming about how we're going to celebrate this.
Yes.
And she's going to be a big part of that because she's just instrumental in leading the way for Eakin being a reward.
Well, it is a team effort, like we talked about earlier, and I know you guys made a great team. So, folks, we're out of time.
It goes so fast.
Is there anything else you want to mention before we go off the air this month?
I always try to promote our next Parent University.
You do, actually.
I do.
When is it?
And that is coming up on Thursday, December 12th, Harris Middle School, 6 to 7. It is free for any.
So that's next week.
Anyone. Parent University. We try to have topics that will help our parents, help our students be successful. This next one is children's mental health and self-care. It will be led by our mental health coordinator, Miss Lindsay Wiley, and her team. We always have translators there to assist anyone with language. We don't want that to be a barrier for sure. So please come on out Thursday, December 12th, Children's Mental Health and Self-Care, Harris Middle School. And all the topics and the dates are listed on our website. On the website, across the top, the banner.
And what's that website, Carol?
That is www.bedfordk12tn.com.
Or just Google Bedford County Schools and then put Tennessee in there.
That's correct.
Because Virginia will pop up every time.
That's right.
Yeah, we know that, right?
That's right.
I just drove through Bedford County the other day in Virginia.
Yep.
Thought about y'all.
That's right.
But, well, thank you all for both coming in today. And,
thank you.
And I always really enjoy our education programs and the successes that you guys are out there every day fighting in the trenches, educate our kids to make them successful and contributing adults, quite frankly, here in the local community. And it does take that village you were talking about. So thank both of you for coming in today. Thank you, Meredith, for what you came in and talking about Eakin Elementary School and what you guys are doing. And Carol and Friends program, appreciate you coming in and letting us know what's going on in Bedford County schools. Folks, today is a Bedford County Christmas. That starts at 3 p.m. this afternoon on the square here in Shelbyville. That goes to about 9 p.m. There are all kind of programs for children up there. All the merchants have programs going on up there today. There's free movies. There's Letters of Santa. I can't even list everything that's going. It's going to be live reindeer up there. Going to be a tree lighting around 6:30, I think, and then fireworks to follow after that. So there's going to be bands and choirs and you name it. So come on up to the square between 3 and 7 p.m. or so, or maybe a little later than that, and enjoy a Bedford County Christmas. Folks, this is Scott Johnson on behalf of Hopkins Farm Broadcasting. Until next time.